Don't let your strongest muscle be in your goddamn them Twitter fingers, nigga. Boss that nigga, man. Get your shit together, man. I'm overrated. So overrated. Overrated. So overrated, nigga. Coming on this bitch real fresh, bulletproof, high shoe, bitch, you better wear your vest. She try to get something off her chest, but the drip on her head made a mess. I'm a real piece of profit on this one, but nighttime sheet, I'm a beast. I'm like, here, eat it up, baby, eat. Here, eat it up, baby, eat. I walk with my pole like a pimp in the stick that I got up a ton. I walk around with a lot of blaze, babe, blaze, I lit a rip on them, yeah. Tonight it's a ride, I got a show, live show, and the niggas still indie. Yeah. UPK niggas winning, UPK niggas gifted. Hey. I had a little money, but I lost a little money for that punk ass job. Now I'm getting paid off passion, so it's only right that I stunt. All the niggas wanna hate, frustrates on the face, boy, love wasting time. I don't hate being around broke minds, I motivate their ass and they grind. And that's a real ass leader, real ass nigga, 2G short in the flesh. And I'ma eat my plate so good, I'ma let a little bit while the dish. And I'ma beat down your block so rich, top off, you'll feel every leg. I went to another bitch house, cause that bitch ain't clean up the kitchen. And I ain't saying no names, give a goddamn shit, let that motherfucker learn. I left my phone unlocked, woke up, bitch, had a damn chalkboard in front. Wanna know who is this, who the fuck is that, bitch, I ain't telling no business. And I bought another motherfucking chopper, and that bitch came with some haters, but hey, I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass, overrated, nigga. I'm overrated, pass, overrated. I'm overrated, pass, overrated, nigga. I pass overrated, my money coming steady, I'ma rock out my good talk. Hey, the women looking good, got them white cross, I was trying to see who got good talk. South Carolina, where them 5 thick women, they better know how to cook up. Hey, never take a bitch from scratch, that'll keep a nigga, yeah, on stop. I be in Atlanta with the hitters, zone 6 rockin' with a nigga. Had a nigga walk up to a G, but couldn't get past my security. Yeah, I go out, that's my dog, war ready, and the priest too official. Niggas in the world traumatized, tryna buy a drip off a nigga. But we gon' keep the shows coming, keep these hoes running hill for a change, he'll fly. But I gotta keep my fly swat on me, cause these nat bitches lying. I'm in North Carolina, do a real big shit, I been got new ties. If you ain't round broke, boy, you tired. But me and my niggas, yeah, pass overrated, pass overrated, overrated, pass overrated, nigga. Pass overrated, pass overrated, overrated, pass overrated, nigga. It's the pass overrated, man, mixtape, EP, whatever you wanna call it. I'm feeding y'all more, y'all run this shit up, man. Do this shit for the Lord, man. Pass overrated, man. UBK, South Carolina, man. Shaw 2G. Come on, I see you, nigga. Come.
Yo, this beat actually really hard.
That's enough. UBK shit, South Coast shit, man. Shout out Bar Dog, Tennessee, up that bitch, nigga. Hey, get the money, hey. I know the fuck going on out there, motherfucker, man. Hey. Hey, get the money, nigga. Taste the paper, bitch. Keep all of your morals, never slay for shit. Ice up on my wrist. Yeah, I'm hood rich. I don't give a fuck about to get pop quick. Yeah, I'm on that shit. Yeah, I'm in the town. Niggas talking about that G, but now they come around. They can't even come around. Yeah, I'm up, nigga. Man, fuck all of these hoes, get the bucks, bitch. I'm a young rich nigga, I ain't tryna flex. You can tell I'm cold by the ice around my neck. Straight up VVS, I charge you, boy, you wanna test. I don't get no shot up by the nigga or bitch. Boy, I love the life I live, cause a nigga keep it real. Nigga freshly hell, take that drip, but get your spill. I ain't lil' flip, getting pimped up out of heels. I'm a straight G though, getting paper like a miso. That's that South Coast stain if you're tryna hang. You be cared about it, bang, boy, we rep the insane. Nigga try that talk, but we rep that murder game. Get your ass popped, ain't nothing to a G. Oh look, bitches wanna fuck, but hell nah, I don't pay no fee. Bitches leak 2G, got that ice, I make it sneeze. All these niggas lame as hell, can't even come around me. Bitches South Coast, South Carolina, bitch, I'm styling, yeah.
Hell ain't no demons get control of me. No money get the best of me. No bitches getting up over me. Don't want much nigga, I'm sucker free. That's the way it gotta be. These niggas chain, these bitches chain, y'all chain to soak me. For real, this brotherhood a weapon. And bitch, we carry weapons. Like a rob on nigga ass, won't even need a weapon. And y'all be well protected. And y'all be well respected. And if you got a problem, then y'all way better address it. You cross that line, you show no mercy. Cross that line, you ain't gon' need surgery. You pull up and they get nervous. You ain't making no moves, you ain't got no purse. On you, because so I ain't never worried. I'm putting the work, both of my hands dirty. For real, I learned from the OGs. I'm a young nigga, but I'm a certified priest. And I'm from Tennessee. And it's mandatory that I gotta keep my heat. You should play it safe, and we gon' play with keys. For real.
I'm in the bushes, just watching this family. I got extensions, shit up, make granny start dancing. Yeah, we know what you did, and I'm coming, I'm loaded. And I know you don't know it, I just posted up, scoping. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. Yeah, he quiet, yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet, then the motherfucker quiet. They know shit like I'ma shoot. 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 Yeah, diamond dance. You get the picture. I see you smiling. There's a shooter outside and he quiet, lil' nigga. All that cap rap might have to find me a nigga. All these niggas watching move, they start jocking the image. I can't even buy it, lil' nigga. I know this pump it up, flip 'em, we get the drop on them crackers in Alabama. I get the order and she pull up on the Klansman. They talking about they catch a nigga, they gon' hang 'em. Catch 'em while they hanging. One by one we take 'em. I know this bitch, that bitch told she keep a secret. No, but I can't trust her. What's the point, bitch, in my business? We moving silence. No rank, little boy, keep silent. This Mac come with a silence. It's a true moment of silence, little bitch. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. There's a shooter outside and he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet. Yeah, he quiet, then the motherfucker quiet. They know shit like I'ma shoot. 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 Yeah, diamond dance.
Yeah, it comes out to
Out of One West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the new Commander General Yohana. We are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group, man. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to dig into Mother's Day, the whole tradition of where it comes from and where it started at, and how it originated into the earth. How today in 2023, Black, Latinos, and their affiliates still celebrate this pagan custom of Mother's Day. You know, today, I think we got about, today's Wednesday. We got about 4 more days until Mother's Day coming right around the corner, man. And Mother's Day is a truly sad and depressing holiday, so-called holiday. Right. But it's a pagan festival, man, started by heathens, man, to worship women, to worship mothers. But this whole tradition of Mother's Day is a depressing, stressful, strenuous day, man. We got Black, Latinos, and Native Indians who gathered in the millions around America to celebrate this custom, man. Right. Waking up on Sunday, making sure Mama got the flowers, the candy, and this my girl right here, y'all. You up here celebrate Mother's Day. You celebrating it for your mama, your wife, your grandmama, your aunt, your cousin, your niece. Goddamn, some of y'all, your damn daughter. She's 15. She celebrating Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna show you, man, this whole festival of Mother's Day is a joke, man, and the Lord is not with us, man. Right. We could. I'm gonna start out with let me get Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Oh God. It's Wednesday's night class, biblical law class. And we're going to dig into laws to show you that the Lord is not with you celebrating Mother's Day, man. Right. Your church is a disgusting, wicked place, man. It's a wicked and vile, satanic place, man. Damn. And all of your churches are going to celebrate Mother's Day, man. They're going to push mothers up on a pedestal on Mother's Day. They're going to push women up on a pedestal on Mother's Day when women are already pushed up on the pedestal. Right. They are already set high above the man. You look at the condition of America, you look at the condition of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians now, and look how the Black woman is over the man in the earth, man. Right. Every day is Mother's Day to the Black woman. Every day you got to treat her like a god, right, or a goddess, a queen. You got to treat her like all of these things. And every time I turn on Facebook or TV, I'm always seeing some sister shaking her tail on the TV. And here come Mother's Day on Sunday, this Sunday, she wants you to treat her like the specialist mother on the earth. Right. You should see how the sisters be when you don't celebrate. You don't tell them Happy Mother's Day. I know we was in the store last year for Mother's Day. We walking in the store, all the sisters, they walking by. Brother such and myself, we not saying Happy Mother's Day. His brothers walking by, they seeing the sisters, Happy Mother's Day, princess. It's like not princess. Happy Mother's Day, queen. Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You just so nice. We walk by. They look at you up and down. Damn, this nigga ain't gonna say Happy Mother's Day. Right. He ain't gonna give me the special salute. Happy Mother's Day, queen, goddess. Mm-hmm. I got you some flowers. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take you out to eat today. Oh, you ain't got to. Oh, yeah, I got to. The day is your day. And next Friday's gonna be her day too when you get paid. I celebrate Mother's Day, pushing these sisters up on the pedestal, man. And they don't even understand that whole custom of Mother's Day goes right back to paganism. You can read that when you got it out.
Come. Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not have no other gods before me.
You're not supposed to have any gods before the Most High, man. Right. They're not supposed to be any other gods before the Most High. If you could you give me the definition of rib?
Of rib?
It should be in the Bible dictionary. So the goddess Rhea.
It's a real, right? RIB?
RHEA.
Oh, RHE. That's let's see. RHESA.
What does it say about it?
It's like the son of Zerubbabel.
It's like you can get you can do Asheroth. It's or Astartes. It's ASTARTE. Let's see the definition of Which one? We gonna do you see Astartes in there? It might be underneath Ishtar.
Ishtar. Ishtar.
Where I find it, it's like it's my phone. Might be Astartes. ASTARTE. I think it might be Ishtar too. You got another one?
It's one sitting up there on the podium. You see it? Right there.
This one.
Yeah.
This is the original.
It's an ASTA.
Come.
You say Astarte. Astarte is it Astarte?
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Starting.
Yeah, that's it.
Astarte.
Kind
It's like
They probably have it in there. They probably send you to another name or how they work.
like asteroid.
Asteroid. They send you
I found this right here. Okay, so is it guns with cannons?
Kind. That's it. That's exactly. That's it.
Okay, so
We're gonna give you the original, where it all originated from, where it says Mother's Day. Where all of this came from. We're gonna give you the history and where it came from.
it's like this is the definition of Ashtoreth, a goddess of the a goddess of the Canaanites worship all along the south coast from Ras Shamara. You guard southward from Fit. Oh, what's a light? I think it's a Phoenicia and Philistia. Philistia and Philistia. The plural Ashtoreth is found commonly and refers to the idols repeating her. Her male consort was apparently Baal.
Right. So if you want to know where all of this comes from, Mother's Day, where it all stemmed from, you have to go back into the ancient customs of the Babylonians.
Right.
And how the Israelites have always had a problem with worshiping other gods. That's why the scriptures always tell us, we shouldn't worship other gods. Because this has always been a problem with our nation, man. We like to worship everybody else. We think the heathens' customs of life are better than what the Lord has given to us.
Right.
We think it's better. It's no different than now. We think the heathen's way of life is better than how we live our life. This is why we celebrate Mother's Day to this day, man. That was it on it up?
Last and that's more on it.
Okay, come on. I sent you another one also with the information on Rhea.
God, I got it. This is an article called Brooklyn Museum. Rhea was a Greek earth goddess.
She was what?
A Greek earth goddess.
She was a Greek earth goddess. Go ahead.
Daughter of Uranus and Gaia. Like a mother to Demeter, Hades, Hera, Hestia, and Poseidon.
Right, she was the mother. She was the mother. Well, it's like she was the sister and wife of Cronus, and the mother of the Greek gods Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. So all of this stems back to the Babylonian customs, man.
Right.
Because the Greeks, this is who they thought the mother of the earth was. They thought it was real. So they had festivals and celebrations that they dedicated to the mother goddess Rhea. And they took that and they gave it to our people and we adapted to it. And thousands of years later, in 2023, our people are still celebrating these customs, man. We still celebrate the customs of the heathens. Anything else on that?
Yeah, concept on that.
Come on, you go ahead.
Her brother and husband.
What?
Her brother and husband.
What?
Her brother and husband.
Brother and husband. Doesn't that sound familiar? Go ahead.
Coronis as castrated Uranus, and he and Rhea became king and queen of the gods.
They became what?
They became king and queen of the gods.
They became king and queen of the gods. This is where you get a lot of the names of your planets from. Just like Uranus, that comes from the Greeks. All of the names for the planets are named after Greek deities, right? Which they stole from Egypt and Babylonian customs. You know, they picked up all that the bull crap God worshiping that the heathens did, and the so-called oppressor during the time of the Greeks. They took it and stole it and put it into their own names. Go ahead.
Hearing that his own children would do to him what he had done to his father. Coronis ate all of his offspring.
He did what?
Coronis ate all of his offspring.
Good. Nice. It's baby eating. Go ahead.
Except Caesar, who was hidden away by Rhea.
Right, so she hid Zeus. That was Zeus.
Oh, Zeus.
That was Zeus. This is where Zeus comes from. And who is Zeus familiar with? Does anybody know the story on Zeus? Anybody in this class tonight, who knows the story on Zeus? Who knows the story on Zeus? It's out in what you want to do, guys.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Zeus was the highest so-called god of the Greeks, right?
Right.
And he slept with I forgot what her name was. He slept with a woman, right?
Right.
Had an affair with her, and the baby that came out was a demigod. That they named a demigod, you know, which was Hercules.
Right.
So they lined that up with God impregnated Mary. Right?
This is where all of this stems from.
Right.
All of this trash, Mother's Day, all of this comes from the Greeks. And the Roman Empire today went back and studied all this and then associated it with our scriptures. This is why they say Christ doesn't have a father. This is why they say, who's Christ's father? God. Who was Hercules' father? Zeus. Who was the mother of the earth? Mary. It's no different. Who's the mother of Hercules? Rhea, mother goddess of the whole entire earth. So the Roman Empire, being the devils that they are and the snakes that they are, took these stories and bundled it all up in our traditions.
Right.
They put paganism in with our scriptures, man, just so they can have more followers. The people today, they soak it all up and they love it. Anything else on that?
Yeah, constantly. It's more than that.
Okay, go ahead.
When Zeus was grown, he dethroned Coronis and forced him to discourage all of his children in the reverse order in which he had swallowed them.
Right. So Zeus made his father spit up all the children.
Right.
Go ahead.
Rhea's symbol are the symbols are the moon, the swine, and two lions.
Right. Swan, the moon, and two lions. If you could go into the Bible dictionary, can you find Diana? It's like, matter of fact, I'm gonna just Get to we just go back to the description. It's not really right to respond.
This is Diana out of Jonathan Bible Dictionary. The Roman goddess of the moon.
The what?
The Roman goddess of the moon.
The what?
The Roman goddess of the moon.
Diana is associated with Rhea. Rhea and Diana are the same goddess. Guess who Diana is today? Do y'all know Diana is still a goddess today that is worshipped in the earth?
Right.
Today you see her in movies. She's called Wonder Woman.
Right.
Guess what Wonder Woman's name is? Diana. Where does she come from? She comes from a distant planet with nothing but females on it. All women goddesses. She has superpowers. She's strong. She pushes the she pushes that feminine vibe on women to be, masculine.
Right.
They show her in all the movies beating up men, a magic rope, all of these different things. But Diana today is still worshipped. But today her name is Wonder Woman. But back then, Wonder Woman, who was Diana, was a goddess that was celebrated in the Roman Empire.
Right.
You can read the rest of that out.
Okay. A daughter of Jupiter.
A what?
A daughter of Jupiter.
Jupiter was one of the main gods in Roman customs. What planet today is named after Jupiter? It's a planet right now named after Jupiter. Like I said earlier, all these planets are named from the Roman Empire. All of these names for these planets are so-called Greek and Roman satanic things that they worship. They're false idols and false gods. Right. Even the name Pluto, like you hear the rapper Future, he says Pluto, I'm Pluto. Like all of that stems back from the Roman Empire. Right. Even Pluto is supposed to be another representation and name of Satan.
Right.
Go ahead.
She was given a twin sister of Apollo, who was associated with the sun, as she was with the moon. She was represented as a virgin huntress and was widely worshipped.
She was a what?
A virgin huntress and widely worshipped.
Come on, man. Let's find out who, just like Diana was a so-called virgin who was worshipped. Let's find out who's that goddess today. Anything else on that? You can go ahead.
When the Greek worship penetrated Italy about 400 BC, the Italians identified Diana with Artemis, with her Greek counterpart. Her worship was pure and compared with the sensual worship of Eastern gods and goddesses.
Right. That was it on that. So you can go ahead.
Diana of the Ephesians, mentioned only in Acts 19 and 24 through 35. Artemis in the Greek, and her myths of a very different sort. Her silver shrines were little temples containing an image of Artemis, as imagined by the ascetics of combination of the Greek virgin goddess with the many breasts and lewd Semitic moon goddess Ashtoreth. For the Ephesians, Artemis was the great aesthetic, nurturing mother of gods, men, animals, and plants, and was the patroness of the sexual instinct. Her images, instead of being artistically beautiful like those of the Greeks, were ugly and more lascivious, image of India and Tyre and Sidon.
That's it on that. But this is who the mother of earth was. It goes back to Diane. All of this, Diane goes back to Rhea. It goes back to all of these other goddesses. Astarte. It's the same goddess. It's the same goddess. I sent you another link also. I think I sent it to Kaz. Okay. Let's find out today who the Queen of Heaven is. Because back then it was Rhea, it was Diana, it was Astarte, it was all of these different women. Let's find out who the Queen of Heaven is today.
It's an article from Wikipedia. The Queen of Heaven.
The what?
The Queen of Heaven.
The what?
The Queen of Heaven
Let's find out who the Queen of Heaven is. Go ahead.
is a title given to the Virgin Mary.
It's given to who?
To the Virgin Mary.
Right, so she's a virgin. They gave this title to Mary, to Christ's mother. They gave this title to Christ's mother as the Queen of Heaven.
Go ahead. By Christians mainly of the Catholic Church.
By who?
By Christians mainly of the Catholic
The
Church.
Catholic Church made this up. And who are the Catholics? The Romans. The Roman Catholic Church.
Right.
Mary is made the Queen of Heaven because this is another way of them worshiping the goddess Diana, Rhea, Astartes. It goes on and on. The list goes on and on. Like this is who this is a representation of. And today, guess what? We have many queens of the heaven. Your mother thinks she's the queen. You sisters out here who shake your tail on Facebook and OnlyFans, you think you the queen of heaven. We're going to show you the queens of heaven in 1986. And we're going to show you what happened when our sisters fell for this lie thinking that they were the queens of heaven. All right, let me get this played for you. This is a 1986 special report. You can find this on YouTube. It's called The Vanishing Black Family. This is in 1986. I wasn't even born yet. So this is over, what, 36 years old. This is from 36 years ago. Let's listen to a little bit of this. Let's find out if this today, this what we're about to watch right now, let's find out if this video, which was from 36 years ago, still affects us today.
Your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. Rest of you.
Notice this right now, right? This is from 1986. This is a bunch of sisters in a room. And the oppressor asked them, he said, which one of y'all want to be married? Raise your hands. None of the sisters raised their hands. Then he asked them, which one of y'all want to be married to your child's father? Only one of them raised their hand, and everybody started laughing. Let's find out if this is a joke or not.
Don't plan to get married. Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help? And
Did you hear what this sister just said? Right. This sister said, I think I can make it as a single parent. Now, ladies, sisters, remember this before you start complaining to brothers about us not being in the child's life. Sisters kind of wanted this lifestyle back in the day. A lot of them wanted this lifestyle back in the day.
Right.
And they still want it this day. A lot of y'all, what do y'all say? I don't need no man. Guess what? They were saying this 36 years ago, too.
raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so it really male figures are not substantially important in the family.
You hear what she said? She said, male figures are not substantial in the household. Meaning, she's saying that you really don't need a male figure in the household. Now, I watched this whole video, and there was a sister on here. She had 3 sons. This later on, we're not going to watch the whole video because it's like an hour and a half. It's towards the end. One of the sisters, she had 3 sons. One of her sons that she had, I looked up his name to see where he was at today. That son is in prison right now as we speak. Son, one of the sisters have in this video that she has in this episode right here. That same son is in jail. I think what, 20 years? This is the result of single family households, man.
I ain't thinking about holding enough sex, my man. You know, if a girl, she get having a baby, carrying a baby, that's on her. You know, I'm not gonna stop my pleasures because of another woman. What about birth control? What about condoms? Girls don't like them things. They don't like them things. You gotta take them things out. They figure that you saying that they filthy or they dirty or something. It's been a startling change in values. 25 years ago, you would not have heard such things said so freely because they were not embraced so widely.
Right. Like he just said, this old person said, 25 years ago, you would have never heard something like this because it wasn't embraced in our culture. Well, during this time in 1986, sisters had started to adapt to being single mothers and having a single household with no fathers in them. Right. So that was 25 years. This was 25 years later after the black family started to fall and crumble due to drugs, due to this oppressor sending our fathers to the army. Now, this right here is going to show you what happens to our family households when you allow the sisters to be in control.
The strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most Black children are now growing up without their fathers. The result is a world turned upside down as children copy what they see and repeat what they learn. LaDon said she didn't have a father in her home and doesn't think her children need one. She's not unusual. Half the Black families today are headed only by a woman. Dorinda said she could make it on her own as a single parent. She has never been married and is raising her daughter without a man's help. She's not unusual. Today, nearly 60% of all Black children are born out of wedlock.
This is 1986. This is 60%. Somebody look at the number of children born out of single family households. Do Black families, single mothers. This is 60% in 1986. Let's find out the numbers today. Black families, Black single family households.
Slice, I got you.
Go ahead, Al.
It say in 2021, there were about 4.27 million Black families in the United States with a single mother.
Read that again.
In 2021, there was about 4.27 million Black families in the United States with a single mother.
How many again?
4.27 million.
4.27 million Black single family household.
And it's a little more on that. I don't know.
Does it have a percentage?
Yeah. It says this is an increase from 1990 levels when there was about 3.4 million Black families with a single mother.
Good. Nice.
Let me see. Okay, and it says in the United States, Black or African American is about 64%.
64%. It was 60 then. It's 64 now. So what does that mean? It means nothing has changed. All right. In 36 years with the Christian church, with birth control, with putting the Black woman on the pedestal, nothing has changed. We still got 64% single Black family households. And y'all want to celebrate Mother's Day this Saturday. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to go out and celebrate Mother's Day to give the Black woman the glory of being a mother. It's like, you want to get a Black woman and the Latino and the woman all this glory, man. Look at our family. family households, man. Right. We don't need to be praising a woman this Saturday, man. We need to be trying to fix the damn problem. Right. Like, what's the problem? Why is this happening to us? Was anything else on that up?
Nah, sir. I said on that.
All right, can you read the rest of the scripture for me also?
Come. Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
Right. We, other goddess, queen in heaven. Right. That's what the Roman Catholic Church had. They have a nice statue of Virgin Mary. Kiss it, they'll kill you. But I remember the brothers in DC, they had the statue of the Virgin Mary. They had it hanging from a noose. In 10 tribe, you know how they love that Virgin Mary. They damn near lost it. Go ahead, up.
Or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them.
That's what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to worship these things, man. And this Sunday, you're going to make your mama a goddess, and you better pray to the Lord he doesn't strike your mother down. You better pray to the Lord. You got any comments?
Yeah, constantly.
Right, go ahead.
We got a comment from Officer Shaw. He says sisters need to realize that the damage they do to the black households just by giving rights by America to thrive of being single.
Damn right. Get that brother a hand. Right. They don't understand the damage. Sorry, you're right. They don't. And we're looking at a video from 1986 showing sisters who have the same mind frame that sisters have today. And guess what? We're living in 2023. It's like it. We're living what they thought was right. What they thought was right, we're living it now. Right. You know how many kids grow up without fathers today? Children my age don't even know who their fathers are, man. We don't even know who our fathers are. Half of us been raised by stepfathers, family members, uncles and aunts and stuff like that, but this is the result of what they thought was right. They thought this was right for our family, man. And look at this 36 years later, man. The abortion rates are through the roof. 500,000 abortions a year, and you mean to tell me we still should celebrate Mother's Day? Right. You're going to go buy Big Mama flowers. You're going to buy that woman that you love so much, them flowers. Oh, it's her day today. It's her. She going to cut your tail out the next day. You're going to wake up. You're going to be late for work. Get up, you filthy animal. Go to work. Baby, shut up. Get up. Today, me and Officer Maradaki, today, we stopped 4 mothers from killing their damn self, man. From killing each other. Me and Maradaki, we stopped 4 mothers from beating the hell out of each other. Was it 4? It was 4. A mother and a daughter and a sister-in-law fighting the so-called side piece.
Good night.
Me and Mardaki, priests and prophets of the Lord, had to step in and intervene. And this Sunday, y'all gonna worship them same women. They gonna bring roses. Happy Mother's Day, mama. Your damn mamas are drunk. Right. I'm telling you, no Happy Mother's Day, mom. You need to get help. That's what you need. No Happy Mother's Day. Let's get you help. Right. You were drunk. You were drug addict. You smoke weed all the goddamn time. These mothers don't even care about their children, man. If you smoke weed, if you a stupid mother and you went out there and celebrated 420, knowing damn well you have kids, you hate your children, man. Right. And now your child got to come on Mother's Day and give you a goddamn gift. When you smoke weed around them. When you invite different men inside of their faces every goddamn week. Every week, well, you got a new man in their life. Oh, look, JoJo, this your daddy right here. Hey, daddy. Mama, what happened to daddy? He wasn't no good. Hey, JoJo, this your other daddy. Hey, daddy. Mama, what happened to him? He was bad for mama, baby. Goddamn child grew up the whole time saying man after 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 man. I could go on after man after man after man after man, running inside of that house. And you wonder, why your son isn't a great father. Or you wonder why your daughter is a whore. I think one of the most disgusting things I've seen, man, was a mother and her daughter twerking. The mother was what's the word I'm looking was pushing her daughter. Hey, go, hey, go, that's my daughter.
Right.
And I'm just looking, I'm like, that's your daughter. Like, what is that to be proud of? She's shaking her tail. You proud of that? I'd be proud if my daughter was adopted. I'd be proud if my daughter came inside the UPK and wrapped her head and say, Shalom Yahweh Shema Dabashim Yahweh Shah, sir, my Lord. I'd be happy with that. But watching my daughter twerk inside the club, what the hell am I going to be happy with that for?
Right.
We at the bar trying to have a drink. The mother is pushing her daughter to twerk. Go ahead, girl. Do your thing, girl. I remember being 14 and the mother, Shalom sis, and the mother, I remember being 14 or 15 and the mother, it was her and her two daughters.
Right.
The mother allowed her daughter was the same age as me, but the daughter was living fast because the mother was living a reckless life. Sitting on the block, we in the hood, we chilling. We in the hood, we chilling, we all chilling. We just sitting up there, I was in the streets, I was doing my thing, we in the hood, and we sitting on the brick wall, we chilling. So they chilling on the brick wall too. The mother is drinking with her 14-year-old daughter, one of them 14 and one of them 13. Older brother who was about 22, 23 at the time, might have been older than that. He might have been 26. They all out there smoking and chilling. He said, come on, let's ride. He takes the lady's daughter, who's 14, rides her in the car, rides around the block, has sex with her, brings her back. And her mama said, girl, what Jimmy had you doing? So like I didn't say his name. What he had you doing, girl? What he had you doing? They laughing, they giggling, smoking the blunt. And she said, girl, he got, you know what on you? She was like, where? On your leg. That was what the mother said to the daughter, man.
Right.
And guess what? She still tells that mother every Sunday. I guarantee you, she tells her mama, Happy Mother's Day, mama. We love you, mama. I'm going to cook for you, mama. When our mothers don't deserve that glory, man. They don't deserve that glory. Scripture says, honor thy mother, thy father, man.
Right.
You're supposed to honor them. You don't honor your mother and father by shaking your tail at a strip club, man. By smoking big blunts, being the biggest slut on OnlyFans? Oh, you a good daughter. You a good daughter. Oh, you a good daughter. Why? Because you sleep with man to man. Your father waiting on you to bring a good man to the house. You can't even bring one because as soon as you get him, you F him the night you meet him.
Right. And
what do you tell yourself? Oh, I can't let my dad meet him. Well, you met him in the backseat of a car, but your dad can't meet him. And then we got to come.
Live said, well, we just got Officer come on, he just checked in from the slave.
Y'all gonna go out here and celebrate Mother's Day this Sunday. A lot of our mothers have been horrible, man, because they don't know how to be mothers. We got mothers who want to get honored this Sunday, who want you to bring them flowers, want you to take them out to eat, want you to give them the glory that they don't deserve. Sisters in the school deserve glory, and they don't just get it on Mother's Day. We give that glory to them every day, man, because it takes a different type of sister to come into the school, man, and show the Lord that she's honorable, man. It takes a different type of sister. That sister that see brothers like us, guess what? They won't even speak to us. They said, well, you know what? I respect what y'all do, but I don't think I can be seen with a man of your character. Because y'all downtown are telling the so-called oppressor that they're the devil they speak for. The devil, the Bible, the devil speaks of. I don't think I can be around you. Don't sweat, sis. Don't call us when some devil has his boot on your neck telling you to get out of the goddamn car. It takes a different type of sister to be with brothers like us, man.
Right.
And we show them honor. We honor those sisters, man. They don't just get the glory on Mother's Day. They get that every day. Brothers is on Facebook pushing, showing the sisters pictures, man, saying this sister right here is amazing. This sister right here is amazing. This sister does this. This sister does that. Because it takes a different type of sister to be in this school, man. The work that brothers do in this school for a woman to be behind him and support him and push him, that is a glorious sister, man. Right. And she should be honored every day, not just on Mother's Day. You know what it takes for a sister to get off the stripper pole and come in here and say, you know what? I'm not going to live this lifestyle no more. I'm going to be a better mother and a better sister. I'm going to be better. You know what it takes for a sister to stop smoking weed? Knowing that weed has chemicals in it today that make you more addicted. They said that they came out with it. It's a statistic showing that weed today, I think it's what, like 75% more chance that you will be addicted to it. Right. So you smoke the weed, there's a 75% chance that you are going to be addicted once you smoke the weed. Right. And do you know how many black women are smoking weed today? I see it all the time on Facebook. I see it. I watch it. I add y'all on purpose just so you can read the what's the things called? The post that we make. I like conflict. I like drama. I like problems. I like when you tell me, y'all inbox me, y'all is crazy. Why would you say such a thing? What's wrong with you and them brothers? Because you need to see it. You need to hear the truth. Nobody's gonna give it to you. Everybody else on your Facebook is giving you the thumbs up and the heart every time they see you with your breast out, with your whatever you got on, whatever they got on. What's the stuff they wear? What's that stuff they wear? The see-through lingerie when they go to the club. Oh, yeah. They wearing lingerie to the club. Good night. Sister's wearing the lingerie. We was in Sphinx. I'm in the line. Sister walks in the door with a see-through fishnet, whatever you call it. And you can see everything. And she had the star on her breast, like covering it up. And she was mad because everybody was in there looking. I looked back. I said, what the fuck? I said, damn, she came in here with this on? Like, I'm in shock because I'm like, she really wore this inside of a store. I'm like, are you serious? Right. Like, you should wear that when you with your man. The sister came in the store, her and the homegirls, and she got mad. And what she said? She said, y'all niggas thirsty. No, you're thirsty. You're thirsty. You need to go get a Gatorade from the cold section. Quench that. Because ain't no righteousness they're going to bust up in there with a fishnet, see-through, whatever they Victoria's Secret. I don't know. Where in the hell they selling the clothes at? Only the Lord. Right. And whores. They know where they sell whores. They know where they sell that see-through fishnet, stocking, whatever. And it's horrible, man. It's horrible. And those sisters like that are going to want people to show them glory this Sunday. You got it out.
So like I said, if I may,
come on.
They be trying to be like these female rappers like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, or whoever else. Like I seen the picture the other day. Cardi B had on a dress that had literally had her butt cheeks out. And Offset, he hugging her while the camera is showing, the whole picture of her dress and the whole back of the dress. Her whole back out, and then all you see is straight butt cheeks.
And you know what's the sad thing about that? Offset doesn't love him.
Right.
He thinks he loves him. He doesn't love him. Because any righteous man is not going to let their wife come outside of that on. Right. I bet you wouldn't let his daughter wear that.
Right.
You know why? Because he loves his daughter. He's going to stop it. What are you doing with that on? And I just want to, no, you're not wearing that. Baby, look what I got. Oh, girl, you look good in it. You see how hypocritical that is? That's come on, man. Come on. Let's get a little more of this video, man.
Timothy said his children are not his responsibility. He has left them to be supported by their mothers and welfare. He's not unusual either. For LaDon and Clorinda and Timothy, and many more like them in cities all over America, the traditional family no longer exists. It has vanished, and something new is taking its place.
Listen what he just said now. He said the traditional black family does not exist. Something else has took its place. And this is 1986, man. Right. Whatever took place of what the traditional family was, it still exists today. It's still around today.
Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. What becomes of the black family in a world where the values are being turned upside down?
If the parent is 17 and 18, uneducated, unmotivated, fooling around, wandering around, what's the child going to learn? Who's the teacher? When you learn something, you was taught by your parents. It was reinforced by school and your neighbors, but it was taught by your parents. Well, if the parents don't know anything, how are they going to teach the children? So it's not racism that I'm fighting right now. It's the lack of motivation. It's, you see, I'm not even talking about racism. Maybe later on we'll get back to that. But I think we are destroying ourselves.
This sister doesn't even understand the reason why in 1986 those sisters were in that condition is behind racism. Right. All of this stems back to racism. All of this stems back to racism. How it has destroyed the black traditional family. That's why the UPK, man, it is so important because we bring back that black traditional family. Right. What we've done something even better with it. Not only do brothers have one family, you got some brothers who have 2 and 3 families and raising them. Right. Like we are doing something that is different. The traditional family that America set for us to have, UPK is bringing in something different. Right. And it is going to take over the entire earth. Man, right. It's going to take over the entire earth. Listen, you're going to have brothers out here, they're going to go to the Passover. You're going to have to rent your own van. Just to bring your own family. I think me and Captain Us are about on our way. Right. About on our way. You know what I'm saying? We on the way up. What would they say? Moving on up. We back there. Because we raising up families, man. We're doing something that's different. And the world hates it. Right. America hates to see a black, Latino, Native Indian man with their children. You think they love it. They see you with their child. They look at you. And they hate it. Right. Some scriptures after this also.
Company at Sun World. Pluto comes to this. We have to say back in the. You gotta answer it. See this mouse? Tried it right out. Big firefighter who.
Oh, commercial right here.
This is Newark, New Jersey, one of America's inner cities. Inner city is a polite name for ghetto, as in black ghetto. Those of us who don't live in the ghetto are brought here usually by television, and usually only when there are violent pictures to show. But we have to come here if we want to understand those fearsome statistics about the vanishing black family. Now, a lot of white families are in trouble too. Single-parent families are twice as common in America today as they were 20 years ago. But for the majority of white children, family still means the mother or father. This is not true for most black children. For them, things are getting worse. Today, black teenagers have the highest pregnancy rate in the industrial world, and in the black inner city, practically no teenage mother gets married. That's no racist comment. What's happening goes far beyond race. Why then do so many teenage girls get pregnant and have children? Why do so many fathers abandon their families? The answers begin with the people here. They told us what happens to family when mothers or children, fathers don't count, and the street is the strongest school.
It's 1986. Listen, I had my first child in 2006. And guess what? I was a teenager. I never knew about this video. I never knew about this video until this year. And I was one of these teenagers from 1986 with a child as a teenager who wasn't in this child's life. I didn't have any guidance. We didn't have anybody trying to help us and teach us how to be better parents. We were kids with a kid. No guidance. Still in high school. This was me at one point in time. This was a lot of us. A lot of brothers and sisters in the school. A lot of our parents, this was them.
Good morning, sucker hip-hop slaves and the Bowery. I'm going to check with you on It is the beginning of another school day in Newark, New Jersey. Another day of class for Clorinda Henderson. She is 17 and had hoped to graduate from high school next year, but that was before the birth of her baby.
I think that having a little baby, you can just cut in the arms, just hug all the time, kiss on it, smell it because it's so sweet. I thought it'd be fun until I had him.
Yeah, you heard what she said. She thought it was fun. It's like, oh, we thought we'd see the little baby. Oh, this is fun. That's fun. And then you had a baby. Then it gets real. Then it gets real. And then you realize that you have a responsibility. You just had a child. And it's not fun. And just like this sister right here, young teenager, guess what? She thought it was fun to have a child at a young age. And guess what? A lot of the women today think it's fun to have kids until they start having them and realizing the responsibility that comes with it. And then it's not so much fun anymore. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun when the child is crying at nighttime. It's not fun when you can't find a babysitter. It's not fun anymore. But you still being a child at mine, you still want to have fun. You still want to go hang out with your homegirls. You still want to get drunk. You still want to smoke weed. You still want to go have a hot girl summer because you're just a child. Go ahead, so you got it.
I think, yeah, baby, you just need to get that out your mind. Just be a mom.
Yeah, right.
That's it. You have a baby now, it's about the baby, get over it.
Right.
Hot girl summer is over it.
Right. Right. And that's heavy, sis. And that's the difference between you and sisters in the world. Like, you're coming into this school because you realize the importance of being a mother and what it takes and what are your obligations for that. But you got sisters in the world who 40, 50 years old, who still haven't got this, who still haven't woke up and realized this is what it takes to be a mother. Right.
I can't understand, like, a lot of, like, black girls I talk to, they hate being with their kids. And I love being with my kids.
I ain't sis.
They hate it. Like, it's the worst thing in the world. I'm like, you gotta get laid up with some nigga than with your kids. Excuse me, I didn't say it like that.
That's true.
You know, some random guy that you're not even married to or something like that. With your child, I don't get it. A drunk with some homegirls to spend with your kids. I don't get it.
All right, it's a never-ending cycle, sis. It's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle. There's something that's been going on since the oppressive Shalom of Christ. So, you want to take over?
Oh, you too hard. Whatever.
It's a never-ending cycle that has been going on since the oppressive has hit us with what's the word? Integrate. How do you say that word? Integration. Ever since we have adapted to that lifestyle, it destroyed the traditional black family household. Because when you go back and you do the numbers in the research and you find out what was the number of single black family households in the 60s, it wasn't coming. It wasn't coming. In the 60s, it was not normal. In the 50s, in the 40s, in the 30s, from us coming out, even during the time of slavery, there was no such thing as a single family household. During the time of slavery, the only reason our families were single was because the oppressor took our children and sold them. Right. Go ahead, sis.
Didn't the speech that got Martin Luther King killed was the one where he was saying that he led our people
I ain't gonna say that's what got him killed. Yeah, that was when he kind of realized the mistake he had made with our people. He realized that he tried to get our people to be accepted from a people who always hated us. It's like trying to go in the lion's cage and you think to yourself that the lion isn't going to eat you. It's like every day you go in the lion cage, I'm gonna make this lion love me. I'm gonna make this lion love me. I'm gonna make this lion love me. I don't matter what this lion do. You just keep going in the cage. Keep going in the cage. Keep going in the cage. Then one day the lion doesn't attack you. So now you think, oh man, the lion does love me. And then you go in the cage the next day and the lion rips you to pieces. That's what Martin Luther King did to us. Right. He got us to make us love the animal that never has like this. You can't make an animal love you.
That's right.
You can't. This right here, this video is like, sir, this video is very, very simple.
Let me catch me up on what's up.
This video right here is from 1986, sir. It's called The Vanishing Black Family.
Right.
And we tying this into Mother's Day on how this Sunday our people are going to go show glory to mothers who don't deserve that.
That's right.
You know, we got mothers who are proud to be single mothers and don't even understand how that has destroyed their children.
Right. Right.
That is like it's destroyed your kid. Like your kid is looking for a father figure, and he goes to the streets, especially your sons. Your sons go to the streets in search of that father figure, that role model. And they have the wrong people that they turn to be a role model. That's why a lot of these young brothers, they become drug dealers, they become gangbangers. Because Big Homie, guess what? What Tupac said? What Tupac said? Tupac said it in the song. He said, even though they sold drugs, they showed the young brother love.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. Tupac was part of a single family household. And Tupac loved his mother. What did he say? Even though he said, you always was a black queen, mama. He said, what did he say? Even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. Tupac went to the streets for his father figure. And where's Tupac at today? Where's Tupac at today? Yeah, he dead, just like a lot of other brothers. It's like a lot of other brothers because we show glory to our mothers, man, rather than trying to fix them, man. Right. Rather than trying to show our mothers a different way and show them a different side of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how proud some of our mothers are of the men that we have become in this school? They see us raising our children. They look in the streets, turn on the TV, and they see the news. And they're like, damn, that could be my son. And then they get on the phone and call you, hey, son, how you doing? Oh, I'm all right, mama, just chilling with the kids. You don't think that makes a mother happy to hear that? You don't think that makes a mother happy to hear that? My son ain't no drug dealer. He ain't in the streets. He ain't out here pimping hoes and turning his daughters into little strippers. I ain't got to worry about that. He might not be a millionaire. He might not have graduated college. But guess what I can say? My son is a man of the Lord and a father. That means more than anything, man. I'm going to play the rest of this and I'm going to get some scriptures to show you how a woman is supposed to be. If you could, you can pull Titus chapter 2, verse 3 out. I'm going to play the rest of this video.
The reality is different.
The reality is person right now. I thought it'd be fun until I had
The reality is different.
The reality is person right now. I like had to pinch myself to see if I was here because I was like, this is too much.
Miranda was only.
And you heard what the sister said. She said she got to pinch herself sometimes because it's too much. But just before this thing started, I'm gonna go back to the front, sir. I'm gonna bring it back to this stuff. I gotta let you see the beginning, sir.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you don't plan to get married. Why Why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know it really male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Male father is not substantially important in the family, and she didn't have a damn father in her household. She's repeating the same cycle that she grew up in, and guess what? That child repeated the same cycle that mother grew up in. Right? Like this oppressor has did a number on this man. They have destroyed us at a phenomenal rate. Like this is from 36 years ago. 2023. This is still happening today.
Like if I could.
Kahana, sir.
That's so. It's so evil how much damage that the white man has done to our people, man. Because when you look at them sisters, she asked them. She said, "How many of y'all want to be married to your baby's father?" Only one of them raised their hand. And that shows you, and that's like one out of how many sisters sitting there?
I think 6 or 7.
6 or 7. That's probably the statistic. Probably 1 out of 10, or probably more than that. 1 out of 10 women probably don't even want to be married in this society today. This is back in '86. You can imagine how it is today. Today is worse. Today it's like, I don't even want to be married to a man. I'd rather be married to another woman. Or I'd rather be a transgender and be married to some other transgender, some crazy nut shit like that. So like my language, you know what I'm saying? But this right here, this is blatant, a blatant attack on black people, obviously, because these women, none of these women aspire to be married to a man, have children, and you know, live a traditional, in a wholesome, you know, with a wholesome family or whatever. Right. All of them would just rather than try to raise a child on their own, right. And that is further destroying our nation, man.
Like y'all don't want to have it. Like you said, I don't want this. And they said in here too that the traditional family that used to be of so-called African Americans is no longer here anymore. You know, so that'd be something that we can do on the podcast also. Like ask these questions, try to get 10 sisters. And ask all 10 of them, you know, would you like to be with your father, especially if they're walking with, you know, children, you know, just so we can get statistics of our own sisters, because you see it on a daily basis on Facebook, on the lifestyle a lot of our women live. You know, they'll drop a man in a heartbeat. They'll be with him 1 week. As soon as he does something that she doesn't like, he's gone. As soon as he tries to correct it, hey, why you wearing that? Oh, you trying to rule over me. I shared a video with a college today of a sister. She got killed by this 40-something-year-old brother. They was in a car having sex somewhere. I don't know if it was prostitution or what. But he pushed her out the car and shot her in the head while she was naked. They in the car having sex. He pushes her out the car and shoots her in the head. Guess what? That brother was married to one woman. Married to one woman. And I guess that one woman didn't satisfy the needs that he wanted. Shot the young sister in the head. And guess what? You can look on her Facebook, you can tell she was hot girl summer. Flicking the tongue, got on the video, smoking the blunt. And she got killed for doing what she thought was right.
It's like if I could, and so they want to demonize the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana because of what we teach and how we uphold the traditions and how we believe in having multiple wives. But then you see what happens in the world when there is no order and there's no discipline and there's no real structure. And this man who could have potentially just had 2 wives that he could take care of and you know and do it the righteous way, you know what I'm saying, in order for his wife to not find out that he's having sex because he wants to keep that relationship strong, he puts a bullet in this woman's head. Right. You know what I'm saying? And treats her like she's just a dog hoe. You know what I'm saying? And it's just such an evil thing because that is what you get when you don't have the truth. That's what you get when you choose not to follow God and what He teaches. When you follow that Christian church, the Christian church has no structure. It doesn't have any moral principles or values. Okay, they're not going to teach you how to keep a man or properly how to keep a man or even how to keep a woman. Instead, they're going to tell you to deal with whatever garbage you would deal with in the world with brother and sister and just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But in here, we teach you how to deal with stuff. Teach you. That's why we have these councils set up so that we can keep families together.
Right.
Instead of them dividing like that situation or in this situation right here. And another point I wanted to bring out about real quick, I ain't gonna overtake your class.
No, you got it, sir.
But I don't know if you brought this point out, but it's lucky if you did, but one of the sisters said, she said, my father, I didn't have a father.
Right.
She said, I didn't have a father, so I think I'll be okay. And the problem is that we don't never cut these curses off.
Right.
Or cut these traumatic experiences off. Instead, what we do is we become trauma buddies. Like in her, and so basically what she's saying is, I'd rather continue on this tradition of not having a father. Since I didn't have a father, I'm going to make sure that my son doesn't have a father or my daughter doesn't have a father.
Right.
And then I'm going to teach them, hey, I raised you up by myself. You didn't have a father.
Right.
And guess what those children going to do? They're going to decide that I don't need a father either for my child. And it's going to keep trickling down. So this is a curse.
What kind?
But people got to understand that we have to break this. And we're doing that in ISUK today.
Damn right.
By telling these women, our sisters, you know what I'm saying, and these brothers that we have to hold these families together. Right. And you do need to keep that man in your household.
Damn right.
That you need to keep that man in your household. He ain't just there for sex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sex is great, but he's not just there for sex.
Right.
That man is there to also raise them children.
Damn right.
And to raise that household. So like
concert. Yes.
What does he have to leave because the baby's daddy is beating you up?
Situations like that, sisters always get counseling in school. And a lot of sisters that come into school, since they didn't have their righteous counsel that ISUPK provides, we understand some sisters have to separate in order to save their lives. Last thing we want a sister to do is begin put in a box because she's trying to stay with somebody who's beating the crap out of her or somebody who's a homosexual who lives a type of lifestyle that can still get her killed. But in the ISUPK, a sister's going to get counsel before she lays down with any man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some sisters who might not seek counsel, who might make decisions on their own and have to deal with the repercussions of that. In some situations, you might meet a man who might be nice at first, and then he ends up putting his hands on you. He might be nice at first, and then you find out he's a homosexual or a child molester or a pedophile. You find out these different things. But that's why it's important for sisters to gravitate to the school so they can get that counseling. So we can determine the man that you need in your life. Because a lot of sisters grow up without fathers, just like these sisters in this video, and they don't have the right person to tell them the man that needs to be in their life.
Yeah, right.
So they choose the man that they think they need in their life. And they end up in a never-ending cycle of abuse, single-parent households, drug abuse, what's the other thing that they got, child protective services, you name it. It's just a part of the curses like Cap said earlier. But in some circumstances, the sister that is getting jumped on by abusive man, we would recommend that they do get away from each other, just so she can save her life.
And if I could add on to that, and if it was a very specific, advice or counsel, whatever, and this is a man that's beating up on you, and putting your life in danger, you know what I'm saying? And of course, that would be our counsel directly, which is for you to remove yourself from him, because of course we don't believe in a person, like everybody has a right to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you experience yourself being in a relationship where somebody's battering you to the point where you might also feel that they may even kill you, you have the right to get away from that situation.
Right.
They're not going to force you to stay with some some drunk fool that just don't know what they're doing, or that's high, or that just hates you or whatever, and they eventually will kill you. So we're not gonna make you stay with them or whatever. But we're gonna. But the only way any counsel works is that you have to take the counsel.
Right.
And the problem that happens with a lot of sisters who come in and they have situations where they're going through some form of abuse, even brothers, because brothers can go through abuse as well, right? The problem is not taking the counsel that's given to them. We say stay away from that person, and because of this false sense of love or these false feelings, they go right back into the situation. You know what I'm saying? And they get themselves put in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? So counsel, like the brother said, come and get the counsel and listen to it, because the counsel is going to save your life. If you choose not to follow it, Lord be with you. You know, but you have every right to live. You should not stay anywhere with somebody who wants to take your life, or is trying to take your life, or is trying to hurt you, hurt you or whatever. You just got to make sure that you come to the priest of the Lord, let us know what's going on in detail, you know what I'm saying, and let us investigate the situation and make a determination on what needs to happen going forward.
This is, we could we get Titus chapter 2, verse 3?
No.
Now we're gonna show you this is the type of woman that should be glorified. We're not gonna go out here and celebrate Mother's Day this Sunday to sisters who don't know how to be mothers, man. Who don't know anything about being mother, and all of this tradition that you're celebrating this Sunday goes right back to paganism. You're gonna give all your glory and honor to some false deity, man. You're gonna go out there and get flowers for your mother. She thinks this holiday is about her, but the Lord hates and despises your feast days. Like Amos chapter 5, verse 21 says, man. We're celebrating this thing, and the Lord is with you on this. The Lord hates Mother's Day, man. You think He wants you to celebrate Mother's Day, seeing the condition of the mothers of our people? Right. Conditions of our mothers. You think the Lord wants you to go get mama some flowers? You're gonna smoke a blunt with your mama. Happy Mother's Day, mama. I seen a brother do it. I seen brothers bring their mama a half an ounce of weed. Happy Mother's Day, mom. What? Oh, good night. That's your Mother's Day gift. Son coming to smoke blunt. Wow, mom, you did a great job. But we don't blame a lot of our sisters for this situation, because we know the oppressor has worked long and hard to get our sisters like this, man. He's worked overtime to get you to feel like, being a single mother is the thing to do. And look at the result of single mothers today, man. Look at the condition of these kids, man. We got, like, y'all seen Lil Nas X? Have you seen what's some of the other rappers' names out here? There's tons of rappers out here who got single family households. Tupac, Biggie Smalls. Come on, man. The list goes on, man. Majority of these rappers today raised in single family households, man. Look at the result of why do you think these young men out here killing each other? Because that's their way of crying out, like, I need help. I need help. I'm angry. I'm upset. And you got why do these men don't know how to treat women? Well, maybe they was raised by a single mother who beat the hell out of them.
Right. You
never think that happened either, did you? Half of y'all women out there beating the hell out your kids too. Cussing the kids out. I think I shared a video with you on the car. I'm see, can I pull that video on the system on YouTube? Let's see, can I pull it? Like, when I have the inside this video to pull that video up.
Yeah, content. You want me to go ahead and read the scripture, or wait till you?
I'm gonna play this right.
Okay, count.
How do you say I do it again?
Then you might have to screen record that. Not screen record, share your screen. You gotta do it.
If I could give one scripture real quick while y'all doing that. So like if somebody give me Mark 3:27. I don't know if you already did this scripture right here.
No, sir.
Yeah, give me Mark 3:27, man. Because what the brother is bringing out is so heavy. It's literally, okay, that situation with them sisters is literally the result of a destroyed house. You know what I'm saying? Like you see these sisters, like anybody else see these sisters sitting around that table and saying, you know, I don't need a baby's father. I mean, I don't need my baby's father to be married to him, and I don't need him to help raise his child or whatever. And you think, look at this pathetic bitch, or look at this evil woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And as evil and wicked as it is to think like that, you gotta know why. You gotta have enough compassion to know why she thinks like that. Because this is not her fault. This is not her fault that she feels that way. This is something that has been taught to her. It's a condition that has been given to her due to the fact that the white man has destroyed that our household. Right. Give me that scripture, whoever got it. Mark 3:27.
Mark 3:27. No man can enter into a strong man's house.
The scripture says that no man can enter into a strong man's house. Read on.
And spoil his goods.
And spoil his goods means and destroy his goods. Read on.
Except he will first bind the strong man.
Except that you first bind that strong man. You got to be able to bind that strong man in order to destroy his house, right, to destroy his goods. In order to destroy them children, you got to bind up the strong man. Well, what is happening today? In today's time, the black man has been ripped out of his household. Right. He's been taught to not, he's been pulled out of that household. He's been in prison. You know, he's been taught to be in the gang life, to sell drugs, to live a criminal lifestyle. You know, he's being gunned down in the street. And so therefore there is no black man in that house that's strong enough to raise them men and them daughters. And so what happens? It's chaos. Because now you got this woman raised in this household, and she can't raise her sons to be sons. Right. She can't raise her daughters to be daughters. It takes a man to go in there and have to discipline those children and tell that boy, you better not stay out too long, or I'm gonna get you. Right. You better not be hanging around with the wrong crowd, or I'm gonna get you. There's a difference when a father says something versus when a mother says something. Right. That woman says something, that young man gonna look at you like, all right, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? He gonna come late anyway. Right. But that father says, he puts his foot down, he said, bring your ass back home before sundown. You better be back in that house before sundown. There's a difference between when a father and a mother says it. You know what I'm saying? So, but the problem is today is the strong man has been brought out of that house. So if you could read that scripture one more time.
Oh God. Mark 3:27. And no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
And then he will spoil his house, man.
Right.
He destroyed the entire, like them sisters up there. Right. They are the result of their fathers being bounded up and taken out of that household. Right. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I don't want, like you said, sir, the strong man being taken out of a household. That's 1986. You go back 16 years before then, you're talking about the 70s. Coke and drugs was rampant in the black neighborhood.
Good night.
It's like, I was going to let you finish up.
No, that was it. I didn't want to take over cloud. Just trying to get your stuff together. I was just wanting to help you, keep it flowing or whatever. But if I could, man. And then that was in 86, right? We talk about the 80s was the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? So their fathers was out there on somewhere linked over or chasing some crack. Right. You know what I'm saying? And their mothers was probably crack fiends too. Right. Trying to raise them up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's all I was gonna say about it.
It's like, sir, it's so heavy with that video, because in that same video, one of the girls who's a single mother, Her mother says, I was a single mother too. She's like, I was a single mother too. And the guy asked her, he said, so how was it for you? She said, it was hard. She said, it was hard for me. She said, I was a single mother. She said, and my mother was a single mother. I said, God damn. You're talking about 3 generations. 3 generations of single family households, and nobody has got it yet. Nobody understands like the destruction that the suppressor has put on our sisters. Man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why, like, you know, we're not trying to bash our sisters, but we shouldn't be showing our sisters honor on Mother's Day. Right? We shouldn't. We are not in a position to show mothers honor on Mother's Day. Like, that's why I said earlier, with the sisters in the school, they deserve that honor, man. Because they taking on a whole different type of lifestyle. And they understand the sacrifice that they have to make in order to be a righteous woman. They're willing to sacrifice all the glory that this world provides for them. This world gives sisters all type of glory. What they got, slut shaming. You can't shame a sister if she has multiple sex partners. Your body, your choice. They got all of these different revenues and avenues that they can go to that protect them and allow them to be the woman that they want to be, rather than the woman that the Lord called them to be. Right.
Yeah, right.
That's why we say, man, you shouldn't get the glory of Mother's Day, man. You shouldn't celebrate the paganism tradition on Mother's Day, man. It's not something that the Black community needs.
And if I could add this, man, and this is I love this point right here. Like this whole topic right here is deep, right? In the sense of, you know, in here in the school, in the ISUPK, in the truth, like you want to honor your mother and your father, have a good rapport,
right?
Like have a good reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you show honor. Like me saying Happy Mother's Day to, you know, and knowing that I'm a filthy, disgusting drug dealer or pimp or prostitute, and knowing my mother, you know, struggled to raise us and she was on crack cocaine and probably prostitute and all that. Like it ain't nothing real authentic about that, because you know that y'all, you know your mother wasn't in good shape.
Right.
And you know you turned out horrible because of how you were being raised.
Right.
But you know, if you were in here, it's like there's nothing more honorable than somebody saying, oh, you such and such son and daughter? Okay. Excuse me. Okay, you such and such son or daughter. Oh yeah, I'll be seeing you be out there feeding the brothers and sisters out in the street.
Right.
I'll be seeing you raising them up out there. I see you telling people about the Bible. I see you doing this. You want to honor your mother and father? Do those things, man.
Damn right.
That's what we do in here. You know what I'm saying? And our examples of fathers in here is the generals.
Damn right.
Right. So when we be out here and we do what we do here, our reputation shows that we honor our fathers, man.
Damn right.
Our reputation shows that we honor, you know, our mothers, that we keep a good rapport, so that nobody can say, yeah, man, I heard about your son, I heard about your daughter, yeah, they be out there selling drugs. Yeah, so I mean that's how, you know what I'm saying, you want to show honor to your mother and father, you know what I'm saying, build a good rapport, have a good reputation. That way people will see that, you know what I'm saying, that something good came out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my point on that.
I'm just gonna show this video, sir, of you know how a lot of our sisters have turned out to be due to this agenda that America has pushed.
Right.
Okay, you can play it.
Oh man, here she comes to drop these kids off.
Why you always doing this, man? You're so embarrassing. You're so embarrassing, man.
I gotta go.
Never want to take your kids.
She dropped the kids. That's the mama dropping the kids.
And didn't even bother to make sure that the door was closed or to make sure that the kids are all the way out of the goddamn car.
You got that scripture up, second. You got Titus chapter 2, verse 3. You can read that. So you want to bring anything up, sir?
Nah, man, that's just. I mean, that's that, and literally, this is light. Like this ain't nothing.
Right.
I seen a video where a sister took the baby. The baby was in the car seat. Took the baby out of the damn car and set him on the sidewalk and drove the hell off. On the sidewalk. Dude's still at the porch. They yelling back and forth at each other. I ain't got time for this. Take the car seat, drop the car seat right there on the sidewalk with the baby in it, drove the hell off.
I seen one, sir. I seen one. The sister dropped the baby off at the brother's door. And when the baby came out, the brother came out there to get the baby had been beat.
Good.
The brother was crying. He was like,
I think I see
he
that.
said, "You gonna do my baby?" Like you can hear him being like it broke him. Like it broke him. Like it was a sad thing to see, man. And like again, so like I say, sir, we're not saying this to bash our sisters, but we saying this to show our sisters, man, we are not in a position to try to show so much glory to our women, man. Like we are in a position where we need to fix our sisters, man. Like in this Bible is how we fix our sisters, man. Right.
Damn right.
It's like that's why the scriptures out the way, we'll bring anything else I said.
No, that was it. Yo, do your thing, guy.
You go ahead.
It's your class.
Titus 2 and 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
Right. That's what our sisters are supposed to do, man. Be it the aged women, the older women, who are supposed to be an example to the younger women, be in behavior that becomes holiness. Man. Right. Go ahead.
Not false accusers.
Not what?
Not false accusers.
Not liars.
Go ahead. Not giving too much wine. Teachers of good things.
Not giving too much wine. Teachers of good things. Today, so me and Officer Mark got to stop 4 mothers from beating the hell out of each other. And 2 of the mothers were drunk. The mother and daughter were drunk as hell. And the daughter-in-law was adding it on, trying to fight the side piece. And me and Mark Daddy had to jump in and stop them from trying to beat the hell out of each other. These are mothers. These are going to be the same Mother's Sunday that everybody's going, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And these sisters, I'm talking about, the mother threw the beer bottle at the other sister. The bottle didn't bust. But the daughter came, who was drunk, picked it up, said, "You don't mix up my damn beer," cracked the top off and started drinking. I said, God damn, she said. She said, the scripture says, the aged women, likewise, you know what I'm saying? Don't be liars. Don't be drunks. Teach these younger girls good things, man.
Right. Go ahead. Verse 4. That they may teach young women to be sober. To be what? To be sober.
That's drunk and not to be high either. This plays into being high too. Don't teach these young girls how to be high. What the mother always say, well, if she gonna do it, I'd rather they do it with me. You know, I don't want them smoking weed in the streets. I'd rather they smoke weed with me. And guess what they do? They still go on the street to smoke weed. Right? Mama poor. Mama ain't got money for weed. The kids get addicted, they go to the streets and they get it from there. Yeah, mama started buying weed from the kid's weed man. Right. Or the kid who is the weed man.
Go ahead. To love their husband. To what? To love their husband.
To what?
To love their husband.
Come on, we seen the video where the mother was in there with her daughter, agitating her daughter with her husband. And the daughter shot the husband in the head. In front of the kids. In front of the mother-in-law. Daughter shot the husband in the head and killed him. Mother, you can hear the mother in the background before he got shot. The mother in the background, girl, I don't know why you do this or do that. And he gonna talk about us. This ain't teaching the daughter how to love the husband, but taught the daughter how to hate the husband. And then the daughter shot the husband in the head. Right. When she shot him in the head, the whole house started screaming. You hear the daughter, stay with us, baby. Stay with us, baby. Say, girl, I can't believe you did this. Now the mother's in jail, facing murder, and the father's gone. And guess who's gonna raise them kids? Grandma. Grandma gonna raise them kids, man.
Go ahead up. That the word of God be not blasphemed. The word of what? That the word of God be not blasphemed.
Right. This word ain't gonna be blasphemy, man. This is what these older women are supposed to be teaching these younger girls. Now they all in the church, big mom in the church. You know what I'm saying? We done been so destroyed in society that the mothers don't even know how to teach the young girls. You got mothers who don't even know how to be mothers.
Right.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man, because I look back at everything now. Of a never-ending cycle, man, of single-family households, and even how some of my kids going through the same thing. You don't think when your kids get older, they ask you questions? You don't think kids, you might have kids by another woman, and they might come ask you, hey, why my mom and pop, Pop, why your mom didn't work out? They get curious. They get to a certain age and they start asking questions. You gotta answer them questions, man. You gotta answer them questions. This is why it's so important for the UPK man to be here, because we're teaching families how to stay together, man.
Right.
We're teaching men how to be better fathers. We're teaching women how to be better mothers and wives to their husbands, man. That's what we're teaching our women here, man. We're not teaching them what the Christian church teaches them, man. It's 901. We passed the class over to priest and officer. Mars. All right.
The ICBK security announcements. We at the ICBK started 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York. Room for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves in the world. They need transportation to teach you on the range. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10. It's 10th in the Hebrew, but actually 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you gets a treasury department. Priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, the Feast of First Fruits, on Monday, the 29th, 2023. You read about this in Leviticus 23 and 10 through 22. Remind occupant Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, shalom.
Thanks for the class,